Good morning. Welcome to subramani.com. Today I'm going to tell you a little about the lies that we tell our children. Right? So, plenty of lies. And the worst thing is when you tell the lie, you are very happy that you've told them a lie, or maybe a little sad, or maybe you actually believe it because it is a handed down lie and you have not done the maths to check whether it is right or wrong, like telling children you must buy a house or stuff like that. We honestly believe it. It's not that we think it's a lie and we're telling that to our kids. But what happens is the kids, when they find out, either they think of us as liars or they start thinking about us as idiots who do not know the truth or who has not really done the homework before we tell them something. So let us just enumerate the kind of lies that we tell our children, and you might be quite surprised. Just check whether you're doing any of this or whether you were doing it and now you're not doing it, right? So let me start. It's an enumeration, so it might be a little boring, but let me just start the enumeration. Right when they're kids, we tell them older people know everything, and what we are doing is for your good. We know what is good. So because we are older, we know what is good, and we are giving it to you in a capsule. It is very good for you. I think that's a lie number one. We tell them that people in power understand what they are doing and they're working in our interest. We do not teach them about conflict of interest, and that is bad. Later on, they find it difficult to understand conflict of interest. And as we are in charge of our lives and we are talking about a narrative of ourselves, we call ourselves a success. That's very easy to do because you are the narrator, right? His story. It is his story, so it cannot be bad. You're the hero, and you tell them a lot of incidents about your life as to how you wish it had happened rather than how it had happened. Kids find out. Okay, it's a matter of time when kids find out. We tell them that we are here in life because of our planning and strategy. Give me a break. Most of us, after reaching the destination, read through the route and map and said, wow, what great strategy, right? So they are able to find out because you do a lot of uncoordinated things and then you draw a line and say it was all perfectly coordinated. Like Steve Jobs said, connecting the dots. You can connect the dots only after the journey is over. Before the journey is over, you didn't even know how the journey was going to be. Go to school, go to college and learn. Wrong. That is wrong again. Go to college, go to school, develop good social skills, develop good friends. These guys are going to be with you for the rest of your life. Incidentally, you will also learn, pass exams. It's nice to get good marks, but your life does not depend only on that. Life skills are very different from exam passing skills. Another thing which we keep, either we believe or we like to tell them, is all rich and successful people, whether they are politicians or businessmen or bureaucrats, have always followed all the rules. Completely wrong. I know enough big industrialists, big businessmen who are now big, who were happily defaulting on their provident fund and TDS and using that money as working capital, not paying telephone bills till the last day when it would get disconnected. Everybody has done these things in their past. I'm not saying these are good things or bad things, but yes, it's very difficult to follow all the rules always and be successful. So behind every successful man, there will be some periods of time at the beginning or somewhere when he was not following all the rules. So let the kids have that flexibility. Rules have been made for the common good for all. Again, complete nonsense. The rules are made to protect those who are in power, and big changes could hurt their kids, could hurt their wealth creation, could hurt their rent, and therefore these rules are made. The golden rule of life is the man who has the gold makes the rules. It's not applicable to the others, right? Uh, Newspapers always give the truth. I was told this. I have never told this to my daughter because whenever I knew the news item and I read the papers, I realize that that news item is completely distorted. If not completely distorted, partially distorted. If you tell them that the newspapers are here and the television is here to report the truth, there's obviously something wrong with you, because if you either believe it and say it, you're wrong, and if you don't know, you need to check, right? The more educated you are, the more money you will make. The better the degree that you have, the more the money you will make. Completely untrue. Bankers make much more money than doctors, and I think it takes much more time to get a nice degree like a DM, which means you're talking about 10-12 years of studies at least after passing 12. So that is huge. No, this kind of effort is not required to become a banker, right? So push that away. Better the marks, better the student is something you tell them. This is partially true, because when I look at a student who has got very good marks, I look at that student and say, wow, he has taken the trouble to be good at what he is doing at that point in time. That's all. I'm not saying so therefore he is great. I'm saying he's been very focused. So I'm looking at his focus and saying he knew this was his goal, he knew what are the steps, and he has achieved it. Therefore, to me, a good academic record helps. But then I would be equally happy if he did so well in a sport or something, because again it shows focus. In fact, sports is better because it means he's also seen failure. Academically, he may not have seen failure, and that to me is very scary. I'd rather have a guy who has tried, failed, and knows how to come back. Vacations are more joyous than school days. Yes, no. To some extent, yes. To some extent, no. After you reach a higher class, you want to be more with friends and less with family. So at some stage, actually, school is more fun than vacation for many kids. Your life depends on the marks that you get. Partially true, partially untrue. Because if you do not get those ridiculous 99.99 kind of marks, in many places you don't get invited for an interview. Now that's a problem only for the first 5 years of your academics. After that, what you have done in your work, that will give you the next interview. So don't bother too much. But yes, these are some of the things which we tell you. Buy a house, it's always a good investment. Again, just means that the person who is giving you this advice does not know what is a good investment, right? I think I'm done. Thank you.